Hello and welcome to Boost Your Business with a Book, Part 1. This is a 3-part mini masterclass series and I'm Sarah Walkerton. So just a little bit about me. I am the founder of the Rural Entrepreneur Collective and Rural Authors Club. I am also founder of the Rural Copywriter and co-founder of the Rural Publishing Company and the Rural Marketing Company and Rebel Equestrian Centre. I'm a multi-award winning copywriter and best-selling author. I am a certified practicing marketer with the Australian Marketing Institute, and I have a Bachelor of Technology. So in part 1, we'll cover why you should write and publish a book for your business, how to find and dedicate the time to write, why planning your book up front is so important, the secrets to writing a business book fast, and some of the common pitfalls. So why publish a book as a business owner? Some of the professional and business benefits include establishing your expertise, helping your brand to stand out, and enhancing your credibility. You'll also get more exposure and traffic, you'll build your profile, and with any bit of luck, you'll earn more. So some of the personal benefits include it's fun. Writing books is great fun when you get into the swing of it. It's a challenge. It can help you heal by sharing your story. It can clarify your direction, and it gives you a lot of satisfaction knowing that you're helping others. So some of the benefits for the reader/world, books can help with the inspiration to start something new, the confidence to go after their goals, strategic knowledge to put the right plans in place, or it might provide tactical and practical knowledge to know what steps they should take. It's also an affordable and accessible way of consuming information. Books are cheap to buy and accessible from anywhere in the world, which means if you have clients who can't afford your one-to-one services or courses, they can still easily access your book, which often means they'll potentially be keen to work with you further later on. So the 2 best reasons to write a book for your business is books cut through the noise and help you stand out, and a book gives you that instant authority as an expert or leader in your space. Who can write a book? So basically anyone, provided you want it badly enough and commit to the goal. So any industry, any specialty, any type of business owner, any personality type, any background, and any level of experience. So when it comes to cultivating the confidence to write a book, know that it's possible, including for you. Learn a solid writing process. Take the pressure off yourself to be a great writer or perfect the first time, and then just give it a go. And as a hint, a lot of good writing comes from having a fantastic editor, not necessarily just the author. So cultivating the confidence. Knowledge is power. The more you learn about writing and publishing, the more confident you'll feel. You can choose to focus on the reasons why you can't do it, or you can choose to focus on all the evidence that you can. You only need to be one step ahead of your reader/audience. Your current knowledge is enough right now. You don't need more qualifications or experience, and simply tackle it one step at a time. So finding the time to write. As busy business owners, we quite often use this as an excuse. However, if you set aside regular time, even if it's small, if you do it consistently, you will get there. Set targets and rewards, get some accountability from someone else, and just keep going. So dedicating the time to write is critical to your success. Figure out a schedule that works for you. You might block out 2 weeks in your calendar and go hard and fast. You might schedule 1 day a week over a couple of months. You might schedule 2 hours per week, or you might schedule 30 minutes per day. Personally, I much prefer to set aside a large block of time, hunker down and get it done quickly, preferably in a nice hotel or Airbnb somewhere, away from the usual family and business distractions. But if that's not possible, figure out what you can manage and how much of a priority your book is for you and your business. So here's just a couple more time hints. If you're repurposing existing content, hire a VA to help you compile all your content and pull it all together in one document. If you're collaborating, find a schedule that works for all of you and set regular meetings or check-ins. If a schedule isn't working, change it. Be flexible with yourself and your ability to spend time on your book, but balance it with a little tough love too. So plan your way to book success. If you're writing a novel or something a little more whimsical, you can let creativity take over and run with it. Anything strategic and related to business, however, with a specific purpose, should always be planned. So research your industry, plan your topic, plan out your chapters, plan your call to action and strategy, then start writing. So why plan your book? It keeps your content focused. It gives you a guide to follow as you write. It gives you a goalpost so you know when your book is actually done. How to plan? Brainstorm, brainstorm, brainstorm. Once you've got a whole stack of ideas jotted down on a piece of paper, you then group that information and try to create logical chapter topics. So now we're moving into our top secrets on how to write a business book fast. So first up, know that short reads are hugely popular. So you don't necessarily need to have 60,000 plus words. You can get away with just a 30,000 word mini guide. This can be a great way to get your first book out there, and you can always write something longer later. You can write or talk it. So some people like to actually physically type and write out their books. That's more my style. Other people do find it easier to speak it into a recording device and then transcribe it. Some people have a lot of success with that if you're a natural speaker. You can also use a ghostwriter, but that can be a lot more expensive. So as we said earlier, use an easy process. Brainstorm your ideas, put together a chapter plan, write a rough first draft of your chapter, write a rough first draft of your introduction and conclusion, edit and refine, and then send it to an editor or publisher to do the rest. So don't expect to spit out the perfect words the first time. Just spit it all out, get it down roughly, and then you can refine it from there. Join forces. So this is a real power secret. If you want to pump out a business book faster and also join forces by leveraging other people's communities and marketing channels, it's great to team up with another business owner, associate, or friend. So you can either join forces with one other person and write half the book each, or you can team up with, say, 4 other business owners and write a quarter each. Or you can join a collaborative book project, which are quite often organised, and that's where you contribute a chapter or 2, and everyone else contributes a chapter, and then you end up with a full book. By collaborating, you reduce the amount of writing you need to do. You split the costs of editing and publishing, which makes it cheaper. You share the marketing efforts and leverage each other's audiences. You can also inspire and motivate each other to get the writing done. You also enhance the resulting book's power as you're offering the expertise of several different specialists at once. So the absolute best way of producing your first business book is simply to repurpose what you already have. So there's a good chance that you already have a stack of quality content. Things like blog posts, lead magnets, podcast episodes, video content, and even your own signature systems and process manuals. All of this material can be brought together and repurposed into a book. You don't necessarily need to start from scratch. Many a great book comes about just by bringing together existing content, putting it into a logical structure, adding a little more detail, and then you'll end up with a finished manuscript. And this is literally one of the biggest secrets to getting a book done. Common pitfalls. So obviously the dreaded writer's block is something you can hit when you're trying to write a book. Sometimes it helps to brainstorm each chapter with dot points before writing it properly. That's a really good strategy if the words just aren't flowing. You can also change location, environment, and the environment in which you work from and write from can have a huge effect on how your book spits out onto the page. You can do something different, so walk away, have a break, and come back. Just make sure you don't use writer's block as an excuse. The messy middle. So this is where you hit the middle chapters of your book. The initial excitement of starting has worn off, but the end of the book seems so far away. Therefore, you lose all motivation. The trick is to basically force yourself to just keep going. Set yourself rewards for completing chapters or sections, and literally don't stop. So motivation is also a common thing. Writing an entire book can feel daunting. The trick to motivation is to create it with a routine. Set aside time each day or each week to write, and do it religiously to train your brain. The more you stick to a regular schedule and routine, the more habitual it will come, and the less you'll question it or procrastinate. Otherwise, again, set yourself targets and rewards, even if that's chocolate or pizza, or being able to go for a ride on your horse or go for a walk in the bush. So finally, there are lots of good reasons to write a book for your business. Books skyrocket your personal and business profile, but also help you to reflect, heal, learn, and move forward. Writing a book can be a great way of finding clarity on your next best steps and for recognizing just how far you've come. The only way you're going to know if you can do it is by giving it a go and making a start. You can always get help along the way. And that's all for part 1 of Boost Your Business with a Book. We'll see you in part 2.